Jessica Broche, German, detained for 6 weeks. Jasmine Mooney, Canadian, held for 12 days. Backpacker from Wales, U.S. female citizen, held. Her German boyfriend detained. Yeah, so a couple of these people you mentioned, well, they were coming in illegally. I know that you have your Canadian flag next to your name and all, but America has a right to enforce the laws of our border. So, in the case of, first of all, Jasmine Mooney, she's a former actress, okay? But she was on what's a questionable paperwork. Yeah, questionable paperwork, like it wasn't legit, like it was fraudulent. Okay, but then, of course, there's this she was put in chains and she's being abused, and I believe that about as much as I believe this. Oh, yeah, Alexandria or Ocasio Sandy Cortez, AO's representative, AOC. You know, when Trump was in the first time, you guys carried on about how he had kids in cages, and well, then the truth came out, and it was actually Obama that had kids in cages. What Trump was doing was humane. So I would expect you guys to get in my comment section and do the same thing you did before. But let's just be clear. With Jasmine Mooney, they told her that her visa was unprofessional because I didn't have a proper letterhead on my paperwork. Yeah, because she was on some NAFTA visa that was expired, but then the paperwork itself was questionable. Okay? So, and her family's not even disputing any of that, but then they carried on that she was in chains and she's being abused. You know, the same people that back when Trump was in before, the same people that call in America for defunding the police were also calling for ICE to be defunded. Yeah, you're doing the same shit now. So if you don't think people are going to see this bullshit, think again. And then with this one you brought up, which was the German woman who immigration officials accused of working in the United States the last time she entered the country with an ESTA program, which is the electronic system that determines whether someone is eligible to enter the U.S. without a visa. ESTAs are only intended for tourists, and people are not allowed to work in the U.S. while visiting on one of those. But again, she wasn't disputing any of this, but they're going to send her to Germany. Yeah, because it goes further on. I mean, maybe you didn't know this, but they told the outlet, she asked officials if Broche, which that's this woman's name, could be sent back to Mexico. But they said she would be deported to Germany in 3 to 5 days because she could not offer proof of residence in Latin America, a country. So I'm sure you'll find some argument with that. See, when we just release them back into Mexico, they just come in and do it again. So my point is we have a right to enforce our rules. There's a legal way she could go about doing it. And so what you guys are going to do, because you're liberals, you're really just the Communist Party, and you did all this bullshit before when Trump was in office. So if you think we didn't expect to see all you guys again, yes, we did. So I don't believe all this, oh, they're in chains and ICE is abusing everyone. Yeah, okay. So just because we enforce our laws and you don't like it, well, that's just too bad, isn't it? And Jasmine Mooney, of course, she was an actress, so that tells me all I need to know about that. But, yeah, I mean, her carrying on that she was wrapped in chains, and this is what you guys do. You do that. You did the same thing during Trump's first term. You go after the police, you go after ICE, you go after the people that are trying to enforce our laws that are on the books. So, it's not going to work this time. We see through all of this bullshit.